Uber has quietly changed quests in some markets. Drivers now have to stay below a reject limit to qualify for a quest bonus. But after looking at the fine print, it may not look as restrictive as it appears. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to the Rideshare Guy. And that's right, Uber is on a quest. Not just messing with your quests, but they're on a quest to try to get drivers to accept more. Why? Because upfront fares changed that. Upfront fares decided to say, hey, we're going to show you the trip up front. We're going to show you the pay, pickup, and drop off. You accept or decline. That's on you. And drivers said, okay, well, this trip ain't worth it. To go here at this price, not worth it. Decline. And so we've seen a national decline problem when it comes to rides being offered on the Uber platform. A lot of drivers declining those rides. But Uber is trying to do what Uber does, and that is try to make drivers change their behavior. And why is that? Well, simple. If they change their behavior, well, they're going to accept the bad requests that they weren't originally going to in the first place. So they came out with this thing called the 5% bonus when it came to standard versus advantage. And then they rolled it into Uber Pro, and you had to have at least a 25% acceptance rate. Not too bad. But now they're adding something when it comes to quests, and that is called the reject. So what you're seeing on the screen right now is this is a normal looking quest screen, right? 100 trips, $320, $320 per trip. Not too shabby. If you did the $10 or 10 trip extra, you get another $51. So you could end up making $371 by taking 110 trips. But here's the crazy part. Look below. Now it says 100 trips with fewer than 200 rejects, or 10 trips with fewer than 20 rejects. Same thing with the second quest, 90 trips with fewer than 180 rejects. So basically what they're trying to do is incentivize you to take the trips so you can complete this quest. Because if you hit 200, you're not going to be able to get that quest. Or if you hit the reject limit that is for that particular quest you choose, you don't get it. So let's talk about this and see, is this actually as bad as you might initially think, where it's 50% acceptance rate? Sort of. Let's go to the next screenshot of a driver who is mid completion of their quest and look at some of the fine print as well too. So this driver completed 86 trips. They only had 53 rejects. So they're still well below that limit. They had to have 200 rejects or less, and they're doing it. They got only 14 more trips to go, and I don't think they're going to reject over 200 trips that are coming in. So they're going to be able to make that $300 plus bonus when it comes to this. But of course, we want to look at the fine print. What does the fine print say? You always got to look at that. So one of the things it says is to complete this quest, you must stay under the reject limit by the time you complete your trip goal. If you don't stay under the reject limit, you will receive payment or move on to the next quest goal. And then it says actively declining exclusive trip requests and allowing exclusive requests to expire or timeout will count towards your rejects. This does not include trip radar requests. That's another thing. Then also, cancellations will count as rejects. There's a couple of things there. When you are accepting requests, it looks like this is exclusive requests only. Trip radar does not count. But I don't know. I haven't had a quest to be able to figure this out. So if you've had that quest, let us know in the comments. Does it allow for a trip that you complete on Trip Radar? Or is it only trips that are exclusively sent to you, which means the exclusive trip, you accept it, and then it counts towards your count ride? Let me know in the comments, because again, like I said, that part I'm not sure. And just remember, cancellations count as rejects. So if there's too many riders that are trying to order, if they're not even there and not even coming to you, if there's a baby without a car seat, or if there's teenagers that aren't Uber teen or something like that, or kids that are popping up, well, if you cancel, it's considered a reject. So maybe you try to get them to cancel instead first. So after looking at the new quest way, some of the fine print, and overall, we got to look at this. Now, I talked about how advantage versus standard was 25% acceptance rate. Now this is considered at the beginning a 50% acceptance rate, which means in order to get that. But it's not really. Why is that? Well, because it's not done by percentage. So if you decide to take 50 rides and you don't reject any of them, well, you're halfway through. You only have 50 rides to go and you still have 200 rides to reject. So that becomes 25% over the next 50 rides. So it's really based on the ride count that you have, whether you're going to hit that reject limit or not. Now, one of the big things though is that you may have to look at how often do you reject rides? And are you going to accept and change your behavior just to try to hit a quest? So I think the biggest thing that you should probably look out for as a driver and questions that you should ask yourself is, first, is the bonus worth it? And how close are you to the reject limit during that entire time? And are you changing your strategy just to get the quest? Or worse, are you taking bad rides just to protect the bonus? So when it comes to these bonuses, of course, money is king, but when there's these things tied to them, it might not be as sweet as you think. For that particular one that we showed in the original, it was $3.20 extra per ride. But are you taking rides that you wouldn't normally take for it at the expense of $3, $6, $10 per ride? Because if you are, well, you might actually make less when you are accepting these rides with the bonus attached versus doing your cherry picking. So it really comes down to your strategy and what's going on. But of course, we want to ask the question, why do you think Uber is doing this? Well, I touched about that a little bit ago when it comes to acceptance rate. When they switched over to the upfront fares, there's become a national acceptance rate issue where drivers are saying this ride isn't worth it for me to take, so I'm going to decline it. I'm not taking it. So what does that do? That increases the time that a passenger is waiting for a ride. And that is also going to put that ride in queue longer, where maybe there's not enough drivers and there could be a lot of things there when it comes down to it. So why is Uber doing it? Well, let's talk about why. They're probably looking at more accepted requests. They're probably looking at fewer ignored requests. They're probably looking also at faster rider matches and also more efficiency. But the biggest key takeaway when it comes to this particular quest is it's not necessarily being forced of an acceptance rate. It's more of nudging your behavior. But of course, I want to know what your thoughts are on this. And have you seen this new quest? Have you taken one of these quests already? Did you hit that limit of the rejects, or were you well below it? Comment below, let us know your thoughts. And if you're a new driver to Uber or Lyft, make sure you check out this video right here where I go over 5 of the most common mistakes that new drivers are making. And we'll see you in the next one.